I'm determining how the shape here goes on the outside of his ear. Because if your negative spaces are right, the positive ones will be right as well. And so by coming at it from both sides, you're coming at it from drawing the horse itself, and then you're coming at it from drawing the background around the horse. So you're basically checking your drawing every step of the way. If you have any doubts about a part of it, look at the negative space. That will help you. So now this is a dry Q-tip because I don't want it to be taking all the color off there. I just want it to be a little lighter. The shape of the bones around the eye. This horse was a little cutie. At the same time, I'm mentally checking, are these eyes level? Is this level? Are all the lines going? You don't want something going a little bit crooked because it will read really crooked when you get it finished. Still working with the same darks. Not worried at all about the background at this point. That can come later. By painting your background around the horse, you can work the edges the way you would like them to be, and you won't end up with a painting that looks like it's a horse that looks like it's cut out and put on. Some of these lines, even here underneath here of the bristle brush, they will stay because they start to already delineate mane. And I put it out a little further than I want because I'll cut it. While you were away, I recharged the battery on my phone, and I also recharged my own batteries by doing a little bit of a stretching workout. So we're ready to get back at the painting. Just going to do a few more lighter areas, warming up the color just slightly with a little bit of burnt sienna and a little yellow ochre. It's not really the color it looks in my photo, but I want to have the nose coming forward a bit, so I'm going to warm it just slightly. I'll be cutting that in with background color. So here's where I'm figuring out where the neck is going to end up. Like I said, I changed from the photo. So I'm just going to work my way across and just step back and look at it and see. I want this to be a softer edge. I want that neck to fade into the background a little bit. See, that's reading a little thicker than I want because I want him to look like his head is really upright. You can always come back and change it. Okay, that's a little bit better. This mane, I'd like this to stand out a little bit. So I'm still going to keep the edge fairly sharp here. That's one of the fun things about oil paint is you can cut in, you can do a sharp, sharp edge, you can blend it and let it go soft. You can paint over, you can wipe it off. But of course all the advantages of oil can be the disadvantages because it wipes itself off and it paints itself over when you don't want it to. We are back at both of our paintings, and we're going to start on the next level, which is the details. And we're starting with the eyes. When you do a lot of live portraits, you learn how to see eyes and how to paint them, and photos can distort them. So there's a few things that I do when I'm painting eyes or keep in mind. And I blew up a photo here so it'll be easier for me to point. This photo of Bruiser has blown out the eye, so it looks quite light in this one, and it's very dark in this area. So we're not going to paint the eyes exactly the way they are in the photo. And I rarely do. I rarely paint eyes the way they look in the photo. Instead, I use what I know about eyes. So the first thing you have to be aware of is the pupil of the eye. And pupil of a dog's eye is a different shape than a horse's pupil, is a different shape than a cat's pupil. So in this photo, this area along his face is in shadow.
Oh yeah.
This area. So you can bring the paint over there. And it can be either the bluish one or the tan one, whichever you feel is the best for the...
well, I did the bluish one so far, so...
And as long as your value is right, it doesn't matter what color you choose. There'll be some colors that look slightly better than the others, but the key is making sure that value is right. And because both of those colors are the correct value, you could really use either one of them. Okay, I'm going to show you the background. I've mixed up a background color in advance here. I'm going to get a bigger brush, and I think I'll go with a bristle brush.